Kevin O'Connor released a brand new updated mock draft for The Ringer today. And in that, Devin Carter, a name that Bulls fans keep hearing about. A couple of people in the Bulls podcasting community are big fans of his.
Ed Schuler.
Hey, shout out Ed. And KOC had this little blurb about the Bulls and Carter in his updated mock draft. League sources say Devin Carter has received a promise somewhere in the lottery. Could that team be the Bulls? He'd be a great fit next to Kobe White as a lockdown defender who can thrive with or without the ball on offense. Plus, if DeMar leaves in free agency, he would fit with the Clippers if Paul George would sign elsewhere. There would be an immediate minutes void that Devin Carter could fill. Hollywood in the comments saying, last time the Bulls promised to draft someone, it was Chandler Hutchison.
Not true.
The rest is history. GOAT.
Not true. They promised, I believe actually Casey wrote about this today. I'm going to look this up while I'm talking because I'm not positive, but I believe they promised Wendell Carter, and they also promised Patrick Williams.
That would be more recent than Hutch. So, yeah, Bulls big fans of making draft promises.
It was a go bomb.
And go bomb.
Paris go
look, I mean, Bulls fans, just like when they hear ACL about anybody, when they hear draft promise, we roll our eyes. We'll get to secret extension. That's later on in the show. All kinds of eye rolls happening.
Shadow.
But, I mean, look, we've already talked in depth about what we like and don't like about Devin Carter's game and how it could translate and how he'd fit with the Bulls.
Yeah.
The new thing that is going around, and KOC is one of a few different places that has kind of put this out there in the last week or so, that Devin Carter's gotten a draft promise, and a lot of people think that the team that made that promise is the Bulls.
Okay, I like Devin Carter. I just don't like promises at 11. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only promise should be 1. And maybe 2, depending on the kind of draft. Like, if it's Zion and Ja. Those are like, okay, yeah, you promised that. But, my God, at 11, please don't let this be the case.
Okay, I do have one thing on Devin Carter.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. Like, what's the purpose of promising a guy so far in advance? I mean, you don't know how the draft's going to shake out.
Right.
There could be injuries. There could be trades. Like, this is an uncertain draft. A guy you think is the number 1 player could slide all the way to 11 because you just don't know in this draft. So I don't really understand it from that perspective of just, like, why you would do that. I like Devin Carter, too. Sure. I think he's going to be a good player. I mean, he really is, like, in the sense that, like, Dalton Connect is ready to go. I think Devin Carter is probably in that same category of, like, guys that can contribute right away. I wonder what that could possibly mean about, potentially moving on from Caruso or Ayo because he really operates in that same position. And he has a similar playing style in terms of his ability to defend, get up in the point of attack, shoot threes. He is a little bit more of like not a traditional point guard, but he has more, on-ball capability than a Caruso does. But he's a smart player, great defensive player, shot the 3-ball really well last year. I think he's going to be really good. I just don't think it really makes sense from a process standpoint of why you would do that. Like, what do you stand to gain by making that kind of a decision 3, 4, 5 weeks out?
Yeah.
I don't really get it.
In a weak draft.
You're just locking yourself into something. And look, I guess they could sort of go back on a promise if they felt like they had a change of heart at the last second for whatever reason, but then that gets out, and then your reputation as an organization, as a front office, takes a hit. And it's not like they're getting all kinds of bouquets of flowers mailed to them as it is right now.
We all silly like the mayor.